Chapter 15. At the end of every 7 years you shall make a release. This is the manner of the release. Every creditor shall release that which he has lent to his neighbor. He shall not exact it of his neighbor and his brother, because the Lord's release has been proclaimed. Of a foreigner you may exact it, but whatever of yours is with your brother your hand shall release. However, there shall be no poor with you, for the Lord will surely bless you in the land which the Lord your God gives you for an inheritance to possess it, if only you diligently listen to the voice of the Lord your God, to observe to do all this commandment which I command you this day. For the Lord your God will bless you, as he has promised you, and you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow, and you shall rule over many nations, but they shall not rule over you. If there be with you a poor man, one of your brothers, within any of your gates in your land which the Lord your God gives you, you shall not harden your heart, nor shut your hand from your poor brother, but you shall surely open your hand to him, and shall surely lend him sufficient for his need in that which he wants. Beware that there not be a base thought in your heart, saying, The 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and your eye be evil against your poor brother, and you give him nothing, and he cry to the Lord against you, and it be sin to you. You shall surely give to him, and your heart shall not be grieved when you give to him, because that for this thing the Lord your God will bless you in all your work, and in all that you put your hand to. For the poor will never cease out of the land. Therefore I command you, saying, You shall surely open your hand to your brother, to your needy, and to your poor in your land. If your brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, be sold to you, and serve you 6 years, then in the 7th year you shall let him go free from you. When you let him go free from you, you shall not let him go empty. You shall furnish him liberally out of your flock, and out of your threshing floor, and out of your winepress. As the Lord your God has blessed you, you shall give to him. You shall remember that you were a bondservant in the land of Egypt, and the Lord your God redeemed you. Therefore I command you this thing today. It shall be, if he tell you, I will not go out from you, because he loves you and your house, because he is well with you, then you shall take an awl, and thrust it through his ear to the door, and he shall be your servant forever. Also to your maidservant you shall do likewise. It shall not seem hard to you, when you let him go free from you, for to the double of the hire of a hireling has he served you 6 years, and the Lord your God will bless you in all that you do. All the firstborn males that are born of your herd and of your flock you shall sanctify to the Lord your God. You shall do no work with the firstborn of your herd, nor shear the firstborn of your flock. You shall eat it before the Lord your God year by year, in the place which the Lord shall choose, you and your household. If it have any blemish, as if it be lame or blind, any ill blemish whatever, you shall not sacrifice it to the Lord your God. You shall eat it within your gates. The clean and the unclean alike shall eat it, as the gazelle and as the hart. Only you shall not eat its blood. You shall pour it out on the ground as water. Psalm 102. A prayer of the afflicted, when he is overwhelmed and pours out his complaint before Yahweh. Hear my prayer, Yahweh. Let my cry come to you. Don't hide your face from me in the day of my distress. Turn your ear to me. Answer me quickly in the day when I call. For my days consume away like smoke. My bones are burned as a firebrand. My heart is blighted like grass and withered, for I forget to eat my bread. By reason of the voice of my groaning, my bones stick to my skin. I am like a pelican of the wilderness. I have become as an owl of the waste places. I watch and have become like a sparrow that is alone on the housetop. My enemies reproach me all day. Those who are mad at me use my name as a curse. For I have eaten ashes like bread, and mix my drink with tears. Because of your indignation and your wrath, for you have taken me up and thrown me away. My days are like a long shadow, I have withered like grass. But you, Yahweh, will abide forever. Your renown endures to all generations. You will arise and have mercy on Zion, for it is time to have pity on her. Yes, the set time has come. For your servants take pleasure in her stones, and have pity on her dust. So the nations will fear the name of Yahweh, all the kings of the earth your glory. For Yahweh has built up Zion, he has appeared in his glory. He has responded to the prayer of the destitute, and has not despised their prayer. This will be written for the generation to come. A people which will be created will praise Yah. For he has looked down from the height of his sanctuary. From heaven Yahweh saw the earth, to hear the groans of the prisoner, to free those who are condemned to death, that men may declare the name of Yahweh in Zion, and his praise in Jerusalem. When the peoples are gathered together, the kingdoms to serve Yahweh. He weakened my strength along the course, he shortened my days. I said, My God, don't take me away in the midst of my days. Your years are throughout all generations. Of old you laid the foundation of the earth. The heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you will endure. Yes, all of them will wear out like a garment. You will change them like a cloak, and they will be changed. But you are the same. Your years will have no end. The children of your servants will continue. Their seed will be established before you. Chapter 42. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, my chosen, in whom my soul delights. I have put my spirit on him. He will bring forth justice to the Gentiles. He will not cry, nor lift up his voice, nor cause it to be heard in the street. A bruised reed will he not break, and a dimly burning wick will he not quench. He will bring forth justice and truth. He will not fail nor be discouraged, until he have set justice in the earth, and the isles shall wait for his law. Thus says God, the Lord, who created the heavens and stretched them forth, he who spread abroad the earth and that which comes out of it, he who gives breath to the people on it, and spirit to those who walk therein. I, the Lord, have called you in righteousness, and will hold your hand, and will keep you, and give you for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the dungeon, and those who sit in darkness out of the prison house. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to engraved images. Behold, the former things have happened, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth I tell you of them. Sing to the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth, you who go down to the sea and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants of it. Let the wilderness and the cities of it lift up their voice, the villages that Kedar does inhabit. Let the inhabitants of Selah sing. Let them shout from the top of the mountains. Let them give glory to the Lord, and declare his praise in the islands. The Lord will go forth as a mighty man. He will stir up his zeal like a man of war. He will cry, yes, he will shout aloud. He will do mightily against his enemies. I have long time held my peace. I have been still, and refrained myself. Now will I cry out like a travailing woman. I will gasp and pant together. I will lay waste mountains and hills, and dry up all their herbs. And I will make the rivers islands, and will dry up the pools. I will bring the blind by a way that they don't know, and in paths that they don't know will I lead them. I will make darkness light before them, and crooked places straight. These things will I do, and I will not forsake them. They shall be turned back. They shall be utterly disappointed who trust in engraved images, who tell molten images, you are our gods. Hear, you deaf, and look, you blind, that you may see. Who is blind but my servant? or deaf as my messenger whom I send? Who is blind as he who is at peace, and blind as the Lord's servant? You see many things, but don't observe. His ears are open, but he doesn't hear. It pleased the Lord for his righteousness' sake to magnify the law and make it honorable. But this is a people robbed and plundered. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivers, for a spoil, and none says, Restore. Who is there among you who will give ear to this, who will listen and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Didn't the Lord? He against whom we have sinned, and in whose ways they would not walk, neither were they obedient to his law. Therefore he poured on them the fierceness of his anger, and the strength of battle, and it set him on fire round about. Yet he didn't know, and it burned him, yet he didn't lay it to heart.
A great sign was seen in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. She was with child. She cried out, laboring and in pain, giving birth. Another sign was seen in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his head 7 crowns. His tail drew 1/3 of the stars of the sky, and threw them to the earth. The dragon stood before the woman who was about to give birth, so that when she gave birth he might devour her child. She gave birth to a son, a male child, who is to rule all the nations with a rod of iron. Her child was caught up to God and to his throne. The woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared by God, that there they may nourish her 1,260 days. There was war in the sky. Michael and his angels made war on the dragon. The dragon and his angels made war. They didn't prevail, neither was a place found for him any more in heaven. The great dragon was thrown down, the old serpent, he who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, Now is come the salvation, the power, and the kingdom of our God, and the authority of his Christ. For the accuser of our brothers has been thrown down, who accuses them before our God day and night. They overcame him because of the Lamb's blood, and because of the word of their testimony. They didn't love their life, even to death. Therefore rejoice, heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe to the earth and to the sea, because the devil has gone down to you, having great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. When the dragon saw that he was thrown down to the earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. 2 wings of the great eagle were given to the woman, that she might fly into the wilderness to her place, so that she might be nourished for a time, and times, and half a time, from the face of the serpent. The serpent spewed water out of his mouth after the woman like a river, that he might cause her to be carried away by the stream. The earth helped the woman, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed up the river which the dragon spewed out of his mouth. The dragon grew angry with the woman, and went away to make war with the rest of her seed, who keep God's commandments and hold Jesus' testimony.